October...
Narinig yung TV. TV ba?
sorry. Malakas yun eh. Malakas ba yung TV?
Narinig lang. Pero okay lang.
Sorry.
Ah,
Okay, pinatay niyo na. Kailangan kayo next spread.
Simula eh. Simula ko lang.
Kasi ginagawa, schedule yung next ano ba?
Pwede naman siya manood ng TV. Ayun.
Hindi.
AirPods na lang siya.
October 5?
sorry? Say again?
5?
5?
Saturday.
Pero work kami nun, so.
Sorry.
Or 7. Hindi. Wait. May
6.
naka tayo.
Surprisingly, 6 available ako doon.
Work pa
Pwede
rin.
ako. Oo.
6. Ito galing lang ako work. Pero pwede naman.
Hindi, work ako nun.
Okay.
7?
7? May, ano sabi ni Mami sa 7?
Hindi ko
I think
alam.
Sa 8 yan, nasa 8 na. Nasa 8. So wala. Okay.
Pwede ako
7,
7.
pwede. After work lang ulit, so parang ganito.
Okay. 7.
7.
Din ako.
October 7.
Ayos.
Saturday. Late.
Got it.
Okay.
October 7. Late.
Ba't iba na yung itsura ni Kai? Like, what happened to you, Kai?
Bagong ano,
You different.
bagong commission. May girlfriend ba ito?
Campaign 11.
Level up. Yung nag-level 7. Laki ng upgrade.
Grow up.
Iba,
Glow up.
nag-iba na ng ano to?
What happened?
Ng studio after season.
Ano yung gumawa ng Attack on Titan studio?
Oo, yeah. Studio mapa.
Mapa naging wait studio.
Awit studio
Ma-
naman tayo.
Wait, tas naging studio mapa pala.
Oh, basta hindi yung gumawa ng Berserk, okay lang. Ang unang kwentang Berserk yan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yung 3D na Berserk, yung boss.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
Okay, so last session when we left our heroes, they started off with a recollection as they were traveling from the stronghold, going back. As Kai shares his knowledge about Tess's history, and Borsh shares his knowledge about the scarcity of Electrum. Then the adventurers eventually regroup. And they formulate a plan with them to rescue the members of Sanctuary, including the children. Valia proposes to cast a teleportation circle to have a means of escape for everyone, as the other members distract the invaders, while your team gathers and rounds out the people, all the citizens of Sanctuary. Verri is able to retrieve Yuluf. Unfortunately, Millie is missing. But you're able to also snatch away all the contents of the trade bench while you're invisible.
Yeah.
And you're able to get Yuluf back to safety. Kai is able to go to the south side of Sanctuary, warning the different various people there as they escape by horses, led by Brass. Borsh converses with them and eventually parts ways as he uses the ever smoking bottle to make a cloud of smoke to hide the people's escape route, while Denth approaches the infirmary to surrender himself. Verri is able to secure the children, meets some of the guardians of the children there, along with some drow figures, drow warriors. Kai guides the children through the smoke, and Borsh uses his magic to cause a distraction. Verri almost gets held by one of the Olympic Knights, but was able to run away. while Borsh detonates the whole entirety of the workshop, collapsing that part of sanctuary. As the fires and smoke start going around sanctuary, the survivors eventually barricade themselves in the bar as Valia finishes her teleportation circle, and eventually one by one, you're all able to escape. Um, and you eventually leave sanctuary. Unfortunately, you're forced to leave behind a few of your notable companions. Mother Crush then really, I forgot to add si Nakomi nga. Nakomi's there. And that's kind of where we left off. As the dust settles, as you all make your way into this magical portal, you eventually find yourselves in some sort of like a small compact room where there is a teleportation sigil in the middle as everybody makes their way. Valia up in the center, surrounded by every other people that went ahead first. The three drow, like a multitude of children, a couple of their protectors, Puff, the unconscious Biddy, sorry, ano to, and Tak, this one. And you appear here, and the portal closes, and everybody looks exhausted. The children start to whine and start to cry. And what do you guys want to do? As Valia looks exhausted and she kneels to the ground, Jackal appears to hold her up. And he looks to Umeko and she says, "Get Davies." And then they nod in agreement, and she opens the door, and like she's looking for someone. And she
I fall back and say, "Oh,
Bigay ko
how
ba yung
many
red
do we
lobster
have here?
Sorry?
Say again? Sorry.
No, how many do we have here?"
So there's how many of you? I have to count. So there's
No.
three of them. There's three of you.
It wasn't a question.
I just,
No,
yung
like,
children kasi it's like parang hindi siya token accurate. So I would say there's about a dozen children. Bakers was.
Alright.
so sabihin ko like, so many, so little survived. Then I look at Kai. Kai, what happened? You look different.
Right, from the teleportation.
It changes you.
Changed me.
I cough. Does anybody have oranges?
Oh my god. Tak and Puff just look at each other, kind of like, and they put down Biddy safely in one corner. These two kind of like try to settle the children, as everybody's kind of looking frazzled. And he says, and then Tak looks at all of you and says, "Thanks for saving everyone, but you can make an insight check." As he's looking very disturbed and serious.
You have lost connections.
Sorry ko, i-refresh mo lang. Madilim ba? Or may vision mo ngayon.
Meron naman.
Yeah. Tak looks troubled. Like, looks like there's a lot in his mind. Let me see. And the children begin to cry, but like they're getting comforted. And eventually, Valia starts to speak, and she says, "We're safe now for the meantime. We're in my family's estate." As she starts to pass out from exhaustion. But she gets caught by Jackal. Sorry, inayos ko rin. Oh my gosh. She starts to...
Can
And...
I check the cat?
Natural one.
The cat! The cat feature!
I do not remember this cat.
Nakakasama companion yan nung ano,
Ni
nung
Omeko.
drawing ko.
Speak with animals. Yeah.
Sorry, if you have the spell, sure.
And, I rolled a 19 just to make sure.
It looks like
Who
a
are
normal
you?
cat. It doesn't look hostile towards you guys, but it's like on alert and looks like it's waiting for its master. But eventually, you see Omeko coming back, and then you see kind of like a butler figure, like a tall white human male, probably as tall as Verri, not as tall as you two, but looks like a butler figure with like a prim and proper white shirt, white pants, in a rose on his lapel, and there's a moment of recognition as he looks directly at the unconscious Valia, and he rushes over and says, "Lady Valia," and then he rushes over like evading you two, and like picks her up from Jackal, and a look of acknowledgement among them, and he looks at everyone, and he looks and asks Jackal, you can make an insight check too, as they're looking amongst each other. Alright,
I will roll an insight check as well.
nice. Wow. Very minus one insight, no?
Success.
Critical success. Wow. You notice there's a definite recognition amongst Jackal and this new butler figure, but also there's some sort of like I guess hindi naman hostility. I guess hostility or competition between the two of them. That's kind of what you pick up. But he says, and he addresses Jackal, "Are these Lady Valia's companions?" And the Jackal nods, and he says, "They're all from Sanctuary, and Lady Valia brought us here for safekeeping." And she looks at you and addresses everyone. Notices the children, and he says, "Welcome to the Rox Estate. Please make yourselves at home. I will get the master to address you in a moment."
Can I roll? Do I know the rock?
So you know this. Depends on
Rox
you-
Estate?
ROX.
Okay.
How involved? Like that's a good history check, so I can piggyback on that. Pero tell me how involved Borsh is in terms of the know-how of politics and nobility amongst the empire, at least in your area.
I would say I have general knowledge of people who's involved in politics and nobility, since I'm a noble myself.
Yeah.
So if the name sounds familiar, I would know who's the who's the father or who's the
Yeah.
leader of the said family, what do they do, and
Got it.
what region do they, you know?
So you would recognize it, and then I guess additional question: how would you say in terms of pinaka noble, secondary or tertiary? How would you say the Longfangs are in terms
Um,
of?
Military family, parang self-made. They're not important, but they're valuable in military might.
Got it.
Ano
Okay.
yun, yeah.
So just so we can establish that, but you know the Rox families are kind of like a secondary noble family.
Mhm.
They are under the primary nobility of the Roxes.
Mhm.
And you would know like how the empire is, how their nobility system or the families are situated. There's like 4 big families, and you would know like the primary families because all of them ends in YS. And then there's yung secondary family below them, yung parang adjacent or lower rank family.
Don't
Just
have the
wala
wild.
lang yun, don't have the wild. So the Rox is the primary, along with the other noble families, and pretty straightforward. The way their last names are is kind of what the family is known for. So, the four major families, just so you would know. And then
Okay.
obviously, uh, so the Roxas, the Zephyrs, the Tides, and the Ignis. Yun yung parang primary trades ng bawat family and what they're known for.
Okay.
So this is the Rox family, as Davis concludes, as he carries Lady Valia, and you guys walk over, and as you begin to open door, it's about, you finish, like, I believe close to midnight, right? Was it close to midnight? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So it's still a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty dark outside, but their group begin to exit. It's gonna be a lot of tokens moving, but you're free to walk around as they looks like this butler figure begins to move, and they all assist Davis in carrying, while Tak carries BD, and the grown-ups start to bring the children as well. And as you start to exit, you notice a very vast property that's walled off on the corners. You guys, nakakalaw ba kayo?
Yes, yes.
Or lock? Yeah.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
we might miss some cutscene here, so we're staying.
No. You can go around, so you can free to explore as I'm explaining.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just like basically the teleportation room.
I also asked Borsh, is there a way for them to track us here with this teleporter? Or do we have to destroy it?
No, usually spells, teleport circles are not, can't be traced back unless it's made by the user. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should be safe, but I'm surprised Lady Valia has actually a lot more than I thought. I mean, she's a lot more connected than I thought. I mean, I was for certain she was nobility. I didn't know she was pretty,
High up.
high up there. Then we surprisingly got out of that unscathed, but looking around the room, Sanctuary lost so many.
And then as you guys are talking about this, Puff kind of like scampers forward and do you know where the rest of the sanctuarians went? I know Brass and the others were nearby that dangerous part of the conflict. As he asks you, Kai,
Oh, wait. He's asking if what?
where did the rest of the ones that are not here, if you were able to warn them?
We saved as much as we can, but
Yeah.
I forgot why we couldn't find. Millie wasn't in the workshop when we went.
Nelly wasn't in the
Yeah,
workshop.
So
we
we're
cannot
Yeah.
not sure.
ascertain.
We're not sure where she was. And then Nakomi was with Mother Crush, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say
Then,
so.
sino iba?
Nung kinausap ni Verri si Yulof said Mother Crush asked for Millie.
To harvest
So-
or
Yeah,
Something.
like asked for a favor. That's why she went to the infirmary side when everything happened.
sorry. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. And then yung sa southern part yun yung na-warn ni Kai, yun yung mga nasabihan mo while you guys were going around.
Also, these fellas, are they from Sanctuary too? Dito,
Sino?
upper people.
Yung
Yeah.
yung Drow,
Oh,
you just saw them a few days ago. Like they haven't been regulars in Sanctuary. Looks like parang new arrivals sila. Pero like same as you guys when you guys arrived.
but they escaped with us.
They guys escaped
Yeah.
together. Like they were hanging.
I was like,
They were
where
hanging
did,
around.
where did these
Welcome
come
to the
from?
party.
Yeah.
They
They were
fix it.
hanging around. They were hanging around and snooping around the where the children were wild predators.
Mhm.
So alright, but they weren't hostile and they were like welcome. So
Okay.
and
I just mentioned to Puff. I warned them to escape on horseback and gather all that they can. I'm pretty sure they all managed to escape before we clashed with the oppressors.
okay, okay, that's good. Were you able to tell them where to go? I hope they're all right. But they'll find a way. I
They'll
hope
find
so.
a way.
And then
And
they
then I motioned to Puff. They're with us, right? There's like three.
yeah, they've we'll ask Biddy. Like I don't know them as much, but Biddy was able to talk to them a bunch. But
They're- I saw them assist the children.
I see. Okay.
andun sila nung when you guys gathered the children. All right,
Then
and then the attack looks at Puff as they're like, oh, hopefully we can send a message to Sharn and the Lutz to stay away from Sanctuary for a bit. And Puff agrees. And then they start carrying Biddy and walking off. Right, so you're free to leave.
I sit up. I approach the drow.
Go ahead.
I appreciate the assistance, but I've never met you before.
Saloon, the male drow up front. He offers his hand. And he says, "Good fighting out there. Um, my name is Saloon, and these are my compatriots, Felrect and Krabik."
I shake his hand. Well met. It's unfortunate we meet under some circumstances. Then I am Borsh, and that's Kai and Verri. I mean, I appreciate the quick assistance and saving of the children. I won't forget it anytime soon.
Well met. Well, Sanctuary gave us a place to rest in our travels, and we were welcomed warmly by Mother Crush and Biddy, and Dent as well. And this is the least we could do. But if you'll excuse me, I'm itching for some wine in the drink after all that has happened. But I'll talk to you in a bit as we shall take refreshments for a bit. And they step off. I'm not gonna move the tokens kasi ang dami nila. Mamaya ako na gagawin. Sabay. But they begin to step off. You can make an insight check.
I'll do an will met. One.
It sounds pretty mysterious. Oh my gosh.
Is it
Um,
for me to help from a distance? I do not trust people.
19 plus 1.
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
total.
Kai kind of picks up like they seem like Saloon seems pretty honest with what he said, but just as everyone is, you kind of feel that he may be hiding something, but you're not sure what.
Oh. Just as a quick thing to just get a divine sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast divine sense just to check.
The action, the good and evil. Good or evil? Good or evil? Everybody here on the left side is good, including the children. Not good, not evil. Not good, not evil. I would say
So they're all like neutral.
neutral. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just like, because I haven't seen them before. It's like,
Yeah.
Alright, checks out.
I take into account of the surroundings. I'm like, ugh.
Mhm.
We lost a lot of items too. I left the bottle, right? I left the bottle.
I'm trying to remember. I think you said you
You
tried, you
bought
picked,
it.
you
I
picked it up, I
picked
think,
it up.
yeah, yeah. Kasi naalala ko, pinag-uusapan natin yung
Yeah, yeah.
reusability eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever smoking bottle, it's with you, Bosh.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Okay, okay. I'll add that to my
Because
item.
I think after you opened it, you resealed and then you pocketed it. When there was the plaza was covered.
Mhm. Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm like, yeah. Then I tell them, well, we might be safe over here. The Roxas family are pretty influential. They
All right.
won't come looking for us here.
Well, we still have a lot of people unaccounted for, and those don't. There are those who escaped on Mount. We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
by horse.
catch up with them.
Oh, and we tell Tack and Puff, we're sorry. I think ano pa nung monk? Do they know?
Yeah, Tongfa.
Oh, right. Tong.
Yeah.
I think, minention nyo. Yeah,
Uh,
minention nyo.
He exploded.
I'm sorry about Alpha. He was he's gone.
He was a great comrade, but I think we would have done the same thing if given, if we needed to. Like he volunteered to scout that out and he paid the price, but I think without that information, a lot of more people would have died here in this room.
I guess
Agreed.
we should check out our surroundings if you guys want to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And we
make
step
sure.
up.
Let's make sure this area is safe.
Right click. Was it?
You can just drag, yeah, you can drag. So, para like a narrow corner, it looks like a grass. This looks like a stable area. Um, it's a little bit dark, but there's like lanterns around. May light naman na nakita nyo.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Stables ako.
Because, this is a walled area. Looks like this is like the border of the estate on the right side.
Alright.
Verri.
How high are the walls?
The walls are, I would say, like 15 feet. So these are like pretty sturdy
15
walls.
feet, so
Higher
almost
than,
twice my
yeah.
height. Okay.
Yeah, higher than the buildings.
Okay, then
So
I see
it's
south.
it's like a vast estate, lots of like trees, grassy areas, and then all the buildings are about like 1 story high, about 8 to 12 feet. I would say like no, I would say 10 feet in height. Uh, um, Stonework buildings, bricks and gray and red bricks all around. There's like multiple buildings around. You notice they step towards this direction. To the
Okay.
looks like this is like the big mansion area.
I'm
Right.
surprised. She's generous enough to bring in refugees. Definitely. I tell Kai as we were walking.
This is a big estate.
I've seen bigger.
What's the gate construction made of?
Which one? The gate. So the garrison walls, it's 15 feet high. They're
Yeah.
solid rock. There's a wooden
Gate.
wooden gate that opens and closes.
Right.
It's like a
Like a fully sealed gate.
yeah, fully sealed gate.
Okay, got it. I'm scouting the area now.
Right.
Rejoin
Or
my.
that, yeah.
I don't know where we should head. Should we
Ah,
follow
sorry.
them?
It's over, and the Davies was motioning you to follow him towards the general dining area. You notice on the upper right hand, it's like a small private house with sleeping quarters, and that's where Valia was placed and is being guarded by the jackal.
Is there a lot of people, like guards?
There's not a lot of people. It's pretty barren.
Mm.
There's and you notice the butler is talking to like another female butler with kind of like a sort of a top hat.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh.
uh, she noticed all of you, uh, and eventually coming from another from the northern side, a large and big. He's not big. He's stout. A very stout man with kind of like a chef's hat, a butcher's cleaver, holding a dead duck. Is comes lumbering forward and looks at everyone that's coming in, not just you, like all the rest of um the people from Sanctuary, and he approaches you all and says, these are my little Valia's guests. And then come, have a seat, have a seat. I'll have a grand feast for you in a moment, but please make yourselves at home. As he motions to this vast dining tables with multiple, with as plenty of seats for everyone.
Do I know this
Um,
person? Do.
and you know them by name. You haven't met them. Like you would
Okay.
know of their family, just not personally.
Mhm.
And then he motions to the two butlers and he say, start prepping a grand feast. I'll be with you shortly. Let me settle these guests. And he motions to Davies. Valia is safe and resting, I assume, and says, "Of course, Master Rene." And the two butlers look at each other and they venture north. Looks like they're starting to prepare a meal. And then he says, "Come, come, have a seat, have a seat. My name is Rene Rox, and I am the owner of this estate. I'm. I was told that my wonderful niece has good friends that have arrived and are in needing of much rest and refreshments. Come. And then you see he points to the shelves. There's have as much wine and drink as you prefer. Um, uh, we shall have food for you all ready soon."
Much obliged.
Do I'm do I know if what the is he like a Lord Rocks or something?
Um, um, they're not lords. They're just like no, they're nobility.
Nobility. Okay.
But you would know they're heavily involved in like businesses and politics in terms of the empire. Um, uh, and then as he's looking around, he's looking at all the people from Sanctuary. He says, "And where's that old hag, Crush? Huh? I don't see her here." He laughs. "She still owes me those spices she promised."
Uh,
I stop rummaging and look down. I'm afraid she didn't make it with us.
And he's like holding his goose, and he drops it on the ground and says, "What do you mean?"
uh, Sanctuary is lost. Renee Rocks.
Explain.
The I mean, there was a then should I the knights, the Olympic Knights recount. I tell him the story. The Olympic Knights came to attack and was looking for one of the missing knights. I don't know if you've known about that. that that I think should I tell them about the berserker?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I message Verri and Kai real quick. Should we tell them
I guess just
all?
vaguely. I guess just vaguely
Oh
about.
yeah, let's not like you mentioned. This guy seems pretty connected. We don't know which side he's on yet.
As you begin, the if you want to make an insight check too,
Mhm.
Oh,
before I
definitely.
elaborate. Yeah.
I am not
There
a
you go.
trusting person. Crap.
You're pretty frazzled right now. Get inspiration also. Oh wait, po ba to? Hindi.
There you go.
20.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, guys on a roll.
Opposite ends of the spectrum. I am.
Very disturbed. You are actually the most exhausted anyways amongst you because you did um use all that magic to fend off. So I think a lot of that is giving weight on your insight at the moment. But Kai, you notice Renee is pretty concerned, pretty honest, pretty forthright about his welcome and his warmth. And his concern for Sanctuary and for Mother Crush seems earnest and true. And as he, you notice this concern on his face, he begins to say, as you recount, most of the things, the general just not going into details, and he says, this is preposterous. The knights uh, would not dare make such moves in neutral grounds in the wastes, unless, especially you said there were did what
At least two. Two
at
or
least
three
two?
nights.
um an action or an event involving two knights would mean official business sanctioned directly by the sovereign, and that I have not heard of anything going on around the waste that would warrant that much attention from the knights. But and then he kind of like starts to get serious. Enough of this. We shall talk about it some more in a bit. Let me make you all some some food, and he steps off. If you excuse me for a moment, I'll be right with you shortly. And then pardon my niece's absence as she's resting, but I hope she can also corroborate your stories once she wakes up. But again, make yourselves feel at home. I will be back shortly. As he steps off and begins making you meals, you go around. Everybody from Sanctuary arrives. They go around. You notice the dark elves right away start going for like the classy wine, um, um, and starts sitting around the fancy chairs and starts making themselves at home, drinking, pouring themselves wine. The children just stay huddled together, being comforted. Um, uh, Biddy, Tap and Puff are like letting Biddy rest in one of the corner benches, looking over her. Yuluf just kind of by himself. Um, and yeah, and you notice this vast dining hall, open doorway to another part of the Grand Mansion here towards the west. Um, as you wait for a few minutes, um, what are you guys thinking at the moment?
I grabbed the fanciest. So I'm not the. I did not come from a good stature, so I just grabbed the fanciest bottle that I can grab. I hold up three cups. I fill it up, and then I pass it on to Kai and Borsh.
Thank you. and
Thanks.
drink.
No worries. And then where are the other? Oh yeah. We just sit in this corner, I
Mhm.
guess, and then I communicate telepathically. So that doesn't sound good. Does that mean the Olympic Nights are an unofficial business?
I mean, the way I see it, their business is concluded. They have nothing against the people from Sanctuary at this point. They got what they needed.
Yeah, they just need a dent and
Mhm.
the Spanish guy.
Martin.
Martin.
The Spanish guy.
Martin Torres.
Mhm.
All right.
I don't think we'll be under their radar or they'll be looking for us. No one will ever believe our stories, as you can see. So, what do you guys plan on doing at this point?
Uh,
Oh, where
Ah.
are we? By the way, where are we? In proximity
oh
to
yeah.
yeah,
Anyone
yeah.
familiar where
They
this
haven't,
estate might be?
they haven't told you yet.
Right.
You probably
No,
ask Renee.
Maybe
generally.
Borsh? Yeah.
Like,
There's various,
Mhm.
like most of the noble families are pretty centralized in central, the most, the big city of the empire. But the secondary families, like, each have their own
Okay.
estates, so it's hard to tell, to pinpoint exactly where they are.
I wave at Umeko.
Meow.
Hey, I have a question.
What's up?
Where are we?
We're in the empire.
I mean, yes, but where in the Empire? Are we in the actual city? I've never been to the Rox Estate, nor do I know of it.
I'm not good with geography. You should ask the big guy. And she points to Renee's direction. But we're somewhere in the southern side, is what I remember.
Can I roll a survival check and try to discern which direction are we from basing from the plants, how the sun sets? Surprisingly, I have advantage on survival. That's a 7. And
It's
sorry,
sige, go ahead. The advantage.
23 total.
What?
Ang highest.
Where is
Decima.
where it's north? This is north. Kinmay.
In the north, and your north. Yeah, this is north.
Alright.
You always know where north is. Inferring from Borsh's knowledge about certain directions and Verri's assessment of the plants and the fauna. Yeah. Although it's a little bit dark, despite the late hours, you're kind of able to discern you're in the southern hemisphere of the world, a little bit further west. So definitely in the Empire area, but you can't really pinpoint exactly where. But based from where Sanctuary was located in the wastes, you're probably more to the west side. Again,
They're very far from the waste.
Yeah,
Are
I
we?
can.
you're back in the Empire.
Citrian
You said
Empire.
west of Sanctuary?
West of Sanctuary, inside the Empire. I'll show you the map in a bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map right now.
Same.
Mhm.
Oh yes, I think na nilagay ko naman dun eh. But Rennie will be able to tell you which part of and you're kind of like, I kind of have a general idea.
We're extremely far from the other refugees, I bet.
Oh yeah. We won't make it there to meet them in a few days' ride.
No. This is special magic.
Yeah.
And then you remember Empire's Inn. That's where your bounty board. That's where you all met in yung tavern where you met the Lutes.
Mhm.
the bounty board. The manager of the Empire's End is Millie's sister, Gilly, twin
Mhm.
sister.
Yes. Are we near there? I don't think we're near.
It's
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
yeah.
But you're right. That might be the nearest place where we can send Millie and the rest of the folk, where they can get some assistance or housing.
And everybody comes back. Davies, the female butler, Renee, and they bring about an extravagant feast fit for everyone. Compared to the food from Sanctuary, where it's mostly vegetarian. Definitely very meat and red meat, dark meat heavy. Lots of pork, chicken, turkey, anything you would desire. Just a grand feast. Hands it out to everyone. Grabs up lots of servings for second rounds as of the children. Begin eating happily. A little bit distracted from their troubles at the moment. The drow also begin happily get their food. Tap as well, and like the rest. They save a plate for Bidia, who's still sleeping. As you partake in this meal,
Carry on. I'll be
um,
back.
yeah. You begin dining. Renee grabs a seat across from you guys, and he asks you, "Hope you enjoy the food. Well, and hope you make yourselves at home in my estate."
I raise a chicken leg. This is one of the best ones I've had. And then I continue munching on.
Yes, of course. Nothing beats meat. I keep telling that hag crush, but she always refuses the meat that I provide.
That's why I've been
Sure.
eating vegetable all this time. Damn it! So like eating the meat. It's been a second.
Just eat and recover as much as we can for now.
Yeah. I appreciate the hospitality. Is there a place for us to stay for the evening? At least
Yeah, there's
didn't need to ask.
no, we have ample space here. Unfortunately, as you can see, and he points. It's only just me, Davies, and Lydia that's been living in this estate. So there's a lot of empty room. However, with the amount, and he looks over, at the children, with the amount of heads available at the moment, we have definitely a lot of space, but just very few beds. If you're comfortable and sleeping in our couches and benches, just so, and he looks over the children. So the children, we have enough beds for the children, but not enough for the adults.
I am surprised, actually. If you don't mind me to pry, why only a few people in this grand estate?
And then he, everybody's dining and everything. He kind of sits closer, starts eating as well, and he says, grabs a cup of beer and chugs it down, and he says, "I like my solitude. It's been good to retire here in this part of the empire, and I don't need much. I've been asking my wonderful niece to visit me, and it's taken her a while. Finally, at least she's back. He's come around to visiting me. But when you're a retired businessman like myself, you don't need much, and you don't need a lot of people. You just need your own space, free to do what you want, cook as much as you want, eat as much as you want. That's a good enough life for me." And sorry, but I forgot to get your names.
Kai.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was like, my
No,
name's
no,
Kai.
no, go.
That's
I
it.
am Borsh. I am Borsh Longfang.
Longfang. And then he looks at you. Of the Longfang family, um, of the Longfang family.
Yes, of the very same. This this hospitality won't be forgotten anytime soon. So if there's
And
anything we can do to help and repay you, we'd appreciate it. You
he looks.
welcome
Yeah,
us.
he looks over at you and he says, "Are you wearing? I forgot what you wear. Are you wearing a wizard? Like, do you
Robe,
look like a
yeah.
wizard?"
I look like a wizard.
And he kind of like looks you over and says, "I'm surprised, and forgive me for asking, but I'm surprised the Longfang, such as one of your family, would choose such a path so different from what your family is known for."
Unfortunately, it's a different. Long story, but much to the disappointment of my family. But my other siblings are carrying the family name. I'm too far from the to be noted to be worth of anything. But I do. But no offense taken. But it doesn't mean I can still handle myself in a fight. Then I flex my muscle.
Of course. That comes with your family, but of course, being in the university is also has its peaks, as I as I'm well aware of how my niece has done her with her studies as well, and what she's still pursuing. But it's a notable and worthy profession. It's just peculiar from to see a member of a different of a family that's known for a different profession.
We all write our own destiny. Then
Thus,
I lift my cup up.
he lifts it up and he says, "True to that, true to that." And then he chugs his beer.
Oh, and that quiet one is Verri. Then I point.
Umalis si Jin, diba? Stepped up
Yeah,
for it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh,
I'm busy. I'm enjoying the dark
Yeah.
meat. Nothing
and-
beats dark meat.
uh, uh, yeah, and then he says, "Well, I don't know what the rest of you are planning to do, but again, you're welcome and you're free to stay at my estate for as long as you want. If you're a friend of Valia's, then if my niece, then
Getting coffee.
you're welcome to stay here."
We appreciate your hospitality.
Many thanks.
And he shows you around, and then he eventually tells the caretakers and the children where to go, and they're basically the kitchen areas to the north, and there's some beds and lodgings for the children on the northwest side, and that's where they head off to. More than enough room for the children, but unfortunately, on mostly the children, yung beds just enough for the children, unfortunately. But you're welcome to go around the house. Renee's kind of like starts talking to Tap and Puff. The drow finish their meals and begin sauntering off.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
should
Where are we
rest.
going?
We should rest for
Yeah.
today. We've
Yeah.
been back-to-back battles.
Yeah, well,
I
we're
know.
beat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, exhausted. We ran back, diba, sa sanctuary.
Yeah. This is everything in the past 3 sessions, I think, happened in just less than a day. Within a day. So yeah, you're free to rest for a bit, kind of like a sort of mini downtime. This is where you guys level up to, and then you can tell me anything particular you wanna try and figure out, what you wanna do, and then we'll kind of like slowly take it from there.
Well, I can't practice my necromancy in town. Back in the Empire. I would long rest and explore. I mean, I don't know, like area. I don't know about you, Luff, and the rest. I was eyeing Lydia.
It's,
Well,
I'll be honest with you. I want to join you in that exploration. I have never been to any noble's household before.
Oh,
Such extravagance.
Uh,
huge.
you overhear Yulov like approaching Renee, and he basically asks if there's a workshop available, like there's space for him to just like continue his craft, and he says, he tells him there's like an area, there's an unused area that he can like set up if he has the materials. He only has like basic. Renee only has basic stuff, like not advanced like artificer stuff, but he says kind of like looks frazzled, and he says, I just want to do something and keep my hands preoccupied. He basically motions for Yulov to go to like a certain area, gives him some space to work and continue his like be preoccupied, keep things off his mind.
I approached Dak and Puff. What do you guys intend to do?
We will have to wait for Biddy to wake up, but we'll have to take care of the children. At least this is a good place if Valia and if Master Renee would allow us to let the children stay here for a bit while we find a good place for them to settle. And he says, I'm worried about my grandmother, but she knows she's capable of herself, and she'll know how to deal with how to take care of herself, and we have to take care of whoever has survived and whoever is here.
I'll post along for the ride.
Yeah, like we got each other's back. We gotta make sure our friends are safe as well. I'll try to find a way to give word to Shard and the Lutz and the rest of the crew.
Call me if you need any assistance.
Thank you, appreciate it. He says. So you guys can just a little again mini downtime. You can like rest, and then you kind of like tell me what you want. There's a library here. There's kind of like a mini chapel. Obviously the stables, dining area. It's a kind of like a mini estate for, I would say like a really big bachelor's pad retiree, something person with much wealth can retire on. Through the night, as you guys are resting, you can hear like whimpering and crying from the
Children.
quarters where the children are, and you see Niall. You catch Niall just going to the kitchen, just grabbing like lots of water, lots of food, he's looking like troubled and tired and exhausted. And he looks at you guys and he says the children is just having trouble sleeping, most of them having nightmares, but we'll hope you guys get some rest tonight as well. As he walks off and like goes towards where the children are.
I look at Kai. Do you have a sleep spell?
That's true. I can just cast Sleep on them.
Mhm.
Artificial.
I can just make them fall unconscious.
I mean, I guess,
We
but
no
then
longer hear the crying.
No, but I only last. I think I only last 1 minute.
That's
So
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Oh, my bad.
But technically, the children are sleeping. They're just like having some some notable nightmares. So, yeah.
I thought this was Mushoku Tensei. Looking for.
Basta ano mo siya potent. Yung ano, your jobless reincarnation.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Looking for erection cure episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I asked Renee. Actually, what, wh- where is your estate located?
Oh, it's we're located in the southern southwest part of the empire, and then he tells you the location again. Let's refer to the world map.
Mm-hmm.
Nakita niyo na, di ba? Right? Nakita niyo na kung
Yes,
saan.
yes.
Yeah, we're a little bit further on the
Oh,
southern
okay.
sides. This is where closer to where business is.
Hmm. I might need to send word to my family that I am back. They might need to know that. They might not like that I am not saying that I'm back.
Well, we'll have the daily porter come by in the morning. You're free to send word and send them notice back to uh, the capital.
Yeah. Then I look at my friends. Seriously was trying to avoid this, but yeah, they'll know if I'm back if I'm back. Right? It's in poor taste if I don't tell them that I'm at least back in the empire.
And then he's as you guys are talking, Rene asks, "How long have you been away from home, boy?"
I would say ever since I started my after I finished the university and now I'm learning more skills. I never been back home, so that's around what 6 years residence. No, siguro mga like 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. I haven't been back to the empire in 2 years. I've been in the wastes for quite a while.
That's a decent time to be going about on your own. But definitely, sending word to your family would be a good idea. And for the rest of you adventurers here, like, what are you planning to do now?
We see what were the fates of those we left behind. Give them peace, or give everyone peace. Probably settle some scores. I'm not too sure.
And a holy man, he looks at you, Kai. As a holy man doing far away from society.
just searching for knowledge.
You're quite the group then. You're my niece looks like she's encountered quite a interesting set of folks. And yeah, go ahead.
No. Yeah, we've encountered her. I mean, she's a lot bigger of a help than you give her credit for. She saved a lot of people in the destruction of Sanctuary.
And he starts laughing. I'll be sure to tell her send word to her parents about this. They'll be quite happy.
Then I will take my break for the evening. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for the food.
You're welcome. And then Renee leaves you guys. You notice, so again, there's a library, there's a chapel. You guys can just rest. You know the location now of like how deep you are in the empire. Um, you see the drow figures here, like just kind of like looks like they're resting, but also just like talking amongst each other. Um, they're by like the fireplace area. Um, the looks like the people of Sanctuary are just trying to like settle themselves, settle the children. Yulof's by himself, kind of like getting preoccupied.
I will rest for the evening.
I will have a walk around.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll take a stroll and then rest.
Touch.
Big, big lobby, big hallway, big library on that side, fireplace with a drow.
Nope, this room's taken.
That's a mistake.
they look at you and notice you.
Yep. I
nod.
turn around. Excuse me, boys.
Actually,
Oh,
you,
this is
you
the
know what?
library. This is the library.
Is that a lounge? Is that a lounge?
Kind of like a lounge area, yeah.
Locked. Hmm.
I walk in.
Greetings, Borsh.
Greetings. Guess we find ourselves in the middle of the empire. I don't know if this was where you wanted to end up.
This is a little bit unfortunate for me and my group, but we do what we can to survive, and we'll just have to backtrack our steps. But
So what did bring you to the wastes in Sanctuary?
I can make a persuasion check. Nice. We're part of a group. We called the Dead Runners. If you're familiar with it. You would know this. I think Kai would also have an idea, but the Dead Runners, they're group of bounty hunters specifically tasked of recapturing escaped slaves.
Are you hunting a particular drow?
Not a drow in particular, but we were given information that there are a few escaped slaves that needs to be recaptured around the wastes, and we just arrived in a sanctuary the other day, but we're back in the empire, and we'll probably need to work our way back towards the wastes.
Is it good money?
Definitely good money if you're looking for the right targets.
Escaped slaves. I don't think I've encountered any during that trip. Have we, Kai?
I don't think we have yet.
Well, you did bring back that one person.
Well, that one, yeah.
Are you guys talking amongst each other or in their vicinity?
No, in their vicinity. I was just in jest. They would pick that up. If that means anything to them.
Which person? As he kind of like overhears your conversation.
One person that was apparently captured by orcs, and
This is a
go ahead.
this is a thin human female with long dark blue hair.
I thought she had gray hair. Was that gray hair? Well,
I forgot her. I don't know, but I think was it
Bluish,
dark
I
blue?
think.
a bluish, bluish.
With Well, that was last season. I don't know if it changed.
I use my keen mind.
The same color as the description.
Oh well. I guess so. She's a dangerous fellow, though. I don't I don't know if you were ready to prepare to fight for that.
He says, "The bounty for her was 25,000."
Then I do a deep breath. 25,000. I mean, Saloon. I don't know if you knew, but she was under a service of an Olympic knight. I don't know if you want to get in bed with that.
That was information that was not passed to us by the broker, but we were only given the description and the supposed location. But if that's
That was a dangerous individual.
that's
We were
why,
led into a trap.
well,
Verri pops up on the side. Hey, Verri,
Yeah.
come on in.
Yeah, I was leaning in the doorway for quite a while.
Mhm.
well, we'll have to look for. Well, at least we know that slave is out of the question, but we'll have to look for. Um, we'll have to look for a different bounty then. The
Was
free.
it?
He's saying like the free cities are putting really high bounties for these people. They are very ruthless in their um, in securing their slaves to not leave the area.
What's that? 25,000. They wanted you to capture them back, or they want their heads?
Either.
Either, huh? That's quite a bit.
Dead
I
or
wonder.
alive.
I wonder who hired.
Yeah.
Who pays for your bounties?
The bounties are posted in the free cities. That's where we got our leads.
Which bounty board is that? I communicate telepathically. We didn't see anything on our bounty boards that are as high as that.
I mean, the free cities. I mean, that's slavers' work, though. Very. I don't know if you want to
All right.
get in touch with that.
And our organization has their contacts and they pass along the bounties
Right.
through our contacts.
Free cities is not part of sanctuary, right? It's different.
No, it's not part of. It's not part of the empire too. It's
Yeah.
a few.
City states, parang ganun.
Yeah. Parang
Yeah,
yeah. It's its own. Its own geographical. It's its own state, I guess. Yeah. The empire is different from. It's quote unquote part of the empire,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's its own. It's its
Right.
own place.
A suzerain.
Yeah, pretty wild place from what I know. Wala yung ano ko.
Yeah. I put you back.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then it's unfortunate, and we may have to reconnect with our contact and get another task. We and then he keeps talking. We did get word that one of our former, I would say, not necessarily associates, I guess, or our our former colleague has been going around the wastes as well.
I mean, not that all drows know each other, but I think I know who you're talking about.
He
That's
goes,
unlikely, but
yeah.
I
He
I
goes,
could communicate telepathically, of course.
Mhm.
I don't think is he. Are they mentioning who we think they're mentioning?
It might be the case, but I mean, they haven't posed a threat to us, so might as well share the information. They might be of use to us at some point.
Very well.
Does he have a bounty too?
this person, he's a drow, um, with a with an incredible, ruthless personality. Uh, has short hair, long and menacing sword, and very dangerous. He goes by the name Hack. Now we've been trusted to um, sniff him out, and we were told he's the last remaining member of his group. We were
I step forward, but I try to hide my excitement. When do you plan on leaving?
We might spend a day or two just to recover, um, gather some resources, but for the most part, we might be heading out in a few days.
Right. That's all we needed to know. But telepathically, maybe we should get back to the waste as well. Maybe we can tag along with these people.
Are they hunting Hack or?
They
They
are
were-
associated with Hack, or wait, in some way associated.
They were tasked to hunt him down. So
Oh, I asked them, is there a bounty on this Hack person, or you're just trying to find him?
it is an internal affair, but there is no specific bounty for him. But we have been tasked to locate and subdue him and bring him back to headquarters.
I think we should tell them.
Not
Mhm.
yet. Not yet.
I mean, there were rumors of people that might fit his description, you think? I say it out loud.
And where?
Around the orc camp where we found the other bounty. It was I mean,
The orca?
there's a lot of drow. Mhm.
I thought it was the canyon.
Oh,
Somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
Both. Pareho eh. Yeah, yeah. Two
lying.
yeah.
Like,
Did you happen to see this person? Did you encounter him in your
no,
wanna
No.
make a deception check?
no, not personally. Where is my deception? Ah,
Nice.
He rolled pretty low on his
mhm.
insight. And it looks like he believes you. Very well, man. We'll be traveling back to the wastes in a few to pursue these.
Yeah. S- So I telepathically connect to Borsh and Kai. So what do you think? Should we ride along with this group? Check check back with the other survivors of Sanctuary?
We could tag along and yeah, see how everyone else.
I think we should tell Pack and Puff. They can.
Oh yeah, we can loop them in as well
If
if
we're,
they're interested, which most
Yeah.
likely they will be.
I mean, I'm sure they need a ride at least back to Empire's Edge, and Amelie too. I'm sure she wants to see her sister. Semblance or whoever wants to join us, but it might be an option.
Yeah, I guess the children will be safe here. We are free to head back, see what is left, see if we can track them down.
Unless you have anything you want to do here in the cities, because
I mean-
we have been in the waste for a while.
Waits for a while. We can, at some point, we'll consider and send message. We might stop by the estate at some point. I guess the Longfang estate. That's you know. I don't know if that would align to what you guys want to do at the moment, but I'm sure there's equipment and other things. But it is expensive in the cities and the Empire. But
Fair.
maybe we can find work. If you guys still want to stick together, or
I believe we can make use of a day or two to head to your mentioned estate and
Oh.
then circle back to join them. We can probably make it back in time to join them before they depart.
we could probably go to a town that's nearby first, though. See what they got.
We might need a ride for that, or we might get left behind.
We're in the city proper, right?
Yeah, yeah.
City proper.
You're in,
Ah.
a little bit outskirts of the city, pero like
Right.
like
Suburb.
like parang suburb. Yeah, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Like
But,
Dasma village.
Parang ganun. So you guys finish any other questions? That's kind of like most of the information they have for you.
Yeah.
If you want to rest up, like all the other occupants are kind of like resting for the night, pretty late.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Um,
exhausted.
So as you guys wake up, you notice pretty early, um, Renee's by his front door. He welcomes like a messenger, kind of like a messenger boy, bringing him some news. As he has a cup of coffee with him. This kind of like a messenger boy arrives, and he says like, "Welcome all. Great to hear from you, Lagos. What's the news and reports?" And he kind of like had this messenger like hands Renee kind of like reports and papers, and then Renee gives him some sort of like letters as well. Like, make sure you bring this back to the city. And he's looking over his reports and his papers, and he's kind of like looking troubled, and he says, and the messenger says, "Trouble in the mines again, sir. Unfortunately, but nothing too crazy that your workers can't handle." And he says, "I don't know what's going on, but I'll have to sort this out. Thank you for the reports, and make sure you deliver those messages." And he says, "I forgot." And then he notices you guys, Mr. Longfang. I believe you said you wanted to send word to the city, message to your family.
Yes, yes, yes. Then I scribbled down a note. Actually, I have the note. I wrote it last night.
Mhm.
Please send this to the Longfang Estate.
Sure. And then he gives it to the messenger and he says, make sure this gets delivered. Um, uh, if you need to send a different messenger to the mines, send a different messenger, but make sure these letters get delivered. And he bows and he takes off. Guy disappears.
Mm. Uh, Trouble in the mines.
This is business as usual. They've been the mining industry has been pretty rough lately, but nothing too extraordinary uh that the managers can't handle. But there have been increased unrest around the mines recently, unfortunately.
Oh, hold on. Well, I'm. Would you need any assistance on that? Is that something? I mean, as a means of thanks for letting us stay.
Well, uh, hmm. I mean, if you're offering the, I have been meaning to send some able-bodied personnel to check up uh, on our mines to the south, but we've had issues lately with mining and recovering the minerals. But if you are not in any rush to, and he looks particularly at you, Borsh, and if you have no urgent business to attend with your families, then I would welcome the help.
What kind of unrest is happening?
So basically he sits back to the dining area to kind of like talk to you guys, and he says, I deal with uh our family is well acquainted with the mining, building, and construction industry of the empire, and we we mine various gems and ores and diamond. We control many mines across the southern border of the empire, and some of uh, our ore deposits have been getting raided recently, and most of it has been deterred by the local authorities, but some of the more remote mines are unfortunately less guarded than the ones closer to the cities. So that's where we've been having issues with the miners getting attacked and various other um, unexpected um, unfortunate events.
Is it signs of war?
Um, I don't think so. Um, but the deeper the mines go, the more interconnected it gets with the other parts of the geography, and um, it gets less regulated the deeper you go. So some of the precious ores are more highly sought after and more highly regarded. So those are the ones that are having um, more hiccups than normal.
Interesting. Um,
But this is a family and estate business, and um, I would not care to trouble you if you guys have other things on your mind.
Well, my schedule just freed up. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to do at the moment. Verri, Kai.
Like we know where we're going for now. We can spare, a day to do this task. See where it leads.
We can help out. Yeah.
Accept the quest.
Yes, if you are more than willing, then I'll be happily. I'll happily make a request and gather my supplies and my horses from the stables, and I'll give you the directions. It is a little bit farther from the city and the suburbs than normal, so there is. This is not the safest request.
I don't think safety is of our issue.
I hate to put my niece's friends in harm's way, but if you're more than willing and more than capable, I would not refuse the help.
Might be worth it, is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I will. You want to check around first, gents? If you wanna look at something.
Is there maybe a ride or a mount?
He'll get you the horses and
All right.
to travel, but at least now, like, so you have the option of like what do you want to do? Do you want to follow the drow, go back to the waste? Do you want to go back to the inner part of the empire, the city, visit Borsh's family? Do you wanna go explore the mines?
I want a consensus, gents. What do you guys want to do?
Should we?
Let me rummage through my stuff.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yung sandali lang. Ito pala yung reminder lang ng mga items na nakuha nyo.
I think we're all topped up.
Yan yung mga besides dun sa mga stuff na nakuha niya dun sa what do you call this? Dun sa trade bench.
Yep.
So just so you're like well equipped.
Okay. I'll be carrying the oil of impact, or do you think
I have two oils of impact. So yeah, go ahead, carry some more.
I'll carry them. How many?
Actually,
One.
Renee, do you have an armory of sorts nearby?
Not a specific armory per se, but I did offer your friend Yulov over there like space in my storage area for him to start doing whatever work he wanted.
What did you get? Very sorry.
Oil of impact. Shall I carry the elixir of greater restoration, or
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
that's fine.
carry that then.
Chainmail +1. Who has that? Kai.
Si Kaya, I believe.
Check ko lang.
Yeah, chain mail plus one. Tatlo na pala attunements mo.
Yeah, I think I have the chainmail already, right? Yeah, chainmail plus 1. Yung amulet, ano magagawa nitong amulet? Ay, yung oh, yung parang haste.
Mhm.
Who wants this? I think
What is it?
if you want.
Amulet of the Berserker. Okay. Shall I carry that?
Yeah. You can equip it if you want.
Okay.
Mhm.
Borsh?
Mm,
I think he
I
can
mean, I think you can use it better. You can use it better, I think.
Maximize it, yeah.
Mhm.
equip mo, no? Equip.
Okay.
I think we might need to stop by the workshop real quick, see if he can fashion me something.
So you approach Yulof. Yeah, he's
Oh,
on
yeah,
the.
right.
Anything in particular you want to ask him?
That's a quarter staff. I don't think my dagger is enough, and crossbow and crossbow bolts if he has
Yeah.
any.
Oh, definitely.
What kind? Like a regular quarterstaff?
Yeah, regular quarter staff.
Yeah. He pulls it out from his bag of holding, like, and he just gives it to you. He says, like, so thanks for saving my life. You guys are. I'll try to help as much as I can, but I also have to get. I'll have to send word to Gilly about what happened to Millie.
Yes, there's actually some people that might go to the Empire's Edge if that's something you want to do, or you're planning on staying here.
Uh, I think Millie would want me to go to Millie. So I might. Who are the people going there? I'll probably follow them.
And you found drow friends over there.
I see. Well, I'll probably just tag along with them then. But thank you all for helping me and for saving me. I unfortunately don't have the remainders of what you asked of Millie, but at least we were able to finish that the amulet for you guys.
What amulet are you talking about?
Yung amulet of the Berserker.
Okay. But yung shield wala.
Yung Ring of Shield wala. Millie was working on it. Hey.
Equipment.
But yeah, you can add the quarterstaff, like the bolt that you need. Anything
Crossbow.
basic, I think.
Crossbow, yeah. I'll just add.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. This would do. Thank you. Like,
Quarterstaff pala ang weapon ng
Oh.
wizard.
dagger, quarterstaff,
Mhm.
dart, light, crossbow, sling. Yeah. The oil of impact will do nicely on this.
Cool.
Mhm.
Question though.
Uh-huh.
It says it doesn't say gets consumed or something.
Yung alin?
So we can apply this a certain number of times, the oil of impact.
Ano nga ba yung ano?
This
Ano nakasulat eh?
yeah.
Alam ko para siyang ano eh. Para siyang salve, so
A single
like
use oil.
yung single use oil siya. I think marami yung ano eh. Hindi nung marami yung nabigay sa inyo. Nakalimutan ko magkano yung...
Application will treat one weapon.
Yeah. Yung actual pieces of oil, I think you could get like 3 each. I would say, nakalimutan ko yung nalagay kong quantity dun sa trade bench.
Okay.
You have your healing potions and everything.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Yuluf.
You're welcome. And he makes his way towards the draw. Okay.
I think we need to step outside and, at least check out the mines, as a means of thanks. I think Renee and the Rox family would be useful allies if we ever need them. Thanks for tagging along.
I shall leave the politicking to you.
You never know. It's the Empire. It's very different compared to the Waste. There's so much nuances. So I'm saying stables. Stables coming.
It's gonna be around. Yeah, it should be here. But yeah. We'll get you situated. We'll end here and like that way I have at least my idea where you guys are going.
Mm-hmm.
So
Man, there's like no.
we'll do the mines, and then did you want to check your Longfang, sorry, Longfang estate too?
Estate,
On the way.
yeah.
Mag-usap kami ni Phil. Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
We might go to the last mines of Delverge.
Oh, good lord. I'm
Nakita mo no, yung nirevamp nila. Yung nire-release nila yung Shattered Obelisk mo yun.
I think nakita ko yun.
Parang dinagdagan lang nila yung ending daw eh.
Mm.
So, pero ano yun eh, parang bagong book ng DnD.
Anong pangalan?
Yung the Shattered Obelisk, Last Mines of
The Shattered Obelisk.
Obelisk, yeah.
And Delver and Below. Oh.
Parang dinagdagan nila yung ending part. Pero yeah, at least mas hindi na desert, at least mas madali yata maghanap ng maps.
Okay.
Double check ko lang. Naalala mo, Leb, di ba, na yung story ni Tess?
Oh yeah,
Right?
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Just so para klaro. Okay.
Do we know Tessa's story?
Yung kinuwento ata ni Leb on your way back.
I just told them that she was. I forgot ano yung sinabi.
Yeah.
She was
She was a slave.
well, what she remembered, she was a slave in a mine
Mm-hmm.
in the Free Cities. And that's where she escaped.
Okay.
So yeah, siya yung hinahunt ng mga slave hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well,
But she doesn't remember why she became a slave.
doesn't remember.
Yeah. So that's
But
why
she
that's why we tried to help her. No betrayal.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, the first thing she remembered that she had to retrieve when she remembered.
Yep.
Was the ore. So we'll see.
Oh, or
Ah,
gotcha. Or
The blue ore, right?
blue
Okay.
Maybe
I thought it was.
Yung rock. Yeah, the rock.
maybe the mines have blue ore as well.
Okay.
Unless we find ourselves in the lost mine of So like,
Alright.
I mean,
take it.
sa edition, medyo magulo daw eh, di ba?
Yung alin?
Yung bagong edition or yung tinatry nilang bagong edition.
Yung parang piniplaytest nila ngayon.
Mm-hmm.
Parang continuation of 5th edition daw. Parang i-revamp lang daw next year. So,
I mean, I think 5th edition's pretty solid so far, the way
Yeah.
we run it. It's less grid, more of, ano nga, if you can work around it.
yeah. Ano nga, maraming yung counter spelling, that's the biggest thing from this playtest.
Alright.
Tapos,
Hindi ko maintindihan bakit yun yung idea for that. Like, how does that work?
I guess para less punishing na hindi na waste yung spell slot. Pero it goes both ways. So tapos ang weird kasi constitution save siya. So mahirap ma-counter spell yung ano yun?
Exactly. Like why am I counter spelling if I can just spend my action economy to kill the person trying to cast the spell, di ba?
Yeah, it's just weird. Weird yung workaround nila. So ewan ko kung paano nila ayusin. We'll have the feedback next month.
And even then yung yung tawag dito, nakapag Baldur's Gate na kayo na counter spell, hindi mo masyado nagagamit, I think, or hindi siya useful sa akin. I don't know, hindi ko.
Naka-on ba yung sa'yo? Yung pag may reaction, i-confirm mo?
Oo.
Ayun.
Pero even then, parang there's not enough strong of a spell for me to counter it.
Ayun niya,
I
parang
think.
Hex. I don't wanna counter Hex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Hunter's Mark. Oh, sure. I'll let it go through.
Yeah. kahit nga yung fireball eh. I'm like, I don't know about that. Parang
We'll
napapaisip
take
na.
it. We'll take it. We're here for it.
Yeah, so it's alright. Karlak is resistant.
Yun nga si Carlac eh, yung ano yan, like yung she heats up, diba? Tapos sabi ko, I'm resistant to fire, baby.
Siya ba yung parang naging favorite ng mga tao talaga, no?
I would say so. I think she's quite enjoyable of a companion. Hindi ka tulad si Lazil.
Si Shadowheart.
I mean, Shadowheart's a easy choice in my opinion. Yung hard exterior, soft interior, mga ganong bagay. But other than that, I think ano yan ang lang leb sa akin, si Gale. Assuming masyado, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? There was nothing between us.
Si Gale? Ba't si Gale?
Okay, biglang
Sa akin si
biglang,
Halcyon eh. Laging parang si Halcyon. Like,
si Hassel brought up the tree. I'm like, oh, I'm interested in somebody. I'm like, whoa, easy there.
Relax. We're just partying, Halcyon.
Sino yun?
Yung malaking
Yung nagiging bear.
Oo,
Halcyon?
yung bear sex with or something like that.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Shoot. So yun pala yung sinasabi nila sa memes. Na everyone in this game, everyone in your party wants to dogpile you.
Akala ko si to.
Extra thirsty.
Tapos kasi yung nilalaro ko ngayon yung Starfield, pahirapan. Na tagal ma-romance, oo. Tapos yung pala yung kinikwento nyo ngayon na that makes sense now.
Like everyone wants to bang you. I'm like, whoa, easy. I'm not.
I downloaded the wrong Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Bug daw pala yun. Lahat sila horny.
Mataas agad yung regard sa'yo. I'm like, friends lang kami ni Shadowheart. Friends lang.
Si Halcyon, akala ko si Minsk to. Na humaba lang yung buhok.
Si
Na
Minsk,
nagkabuhok
hindi ko
lang.
pala, Si Minx, hindi ko pa nahanap.
Hindi mo na-encounter. Act 3 pa yata si
Oo,
Minx. Well, like, I'm not even in Baldur's Gate. I'm just like outside of Baldur's Gate right now. Pero I'm gonna sit on it till, sabi nga nila, sabi mo hindi pa masyado stable. Nakapagod din ng Act 2. Fuck, dude.
Mahaba nga ng Act 2 eh. Pero mas mahaba Act 1, I think.
Mas mahaba Act 1, yes. Yung Act 1 parang
Pero
10
maganda kasi
steps
Act 1 eh, kasi polished yung Act 1
adventure.
eh. Tapos yung Act 2,
That years.
yung Act 2 medyo buggy ng konti, pero maganda pa rin eh.
Yeah, yes. It's still a great game. Like, masala kong D&D players. Gusto niyo D&D run.
Ayan, multiplay.
Multiplay. Ano lang.
Kung may time lang sa...
Once your game.
Ang hirap
I'll
na
download
mag-schedule ng
Yeah.
Ano kaya pwede natin malarong multiplayer rin?
Teka.
Gusto ko kasi talaga yung Zomboid pero hindi ko maintindihan yung ayusin yung server eh.
Tinry ko mag-Zomboid, nakakatawa din siya mag...
I like it kasi let's say if we all play it, meron tayong set server na we can
Right.
drop in, drop out. Tapos parang binibuild lang natin yung base.
Oh. Pwede yun?
Oo. May mga servers na pwede kang bilihin. Tapos we can just keep it. Tapos may isa tayong main hub. So we can play whatever, whenever.
Right.
Tapos kung hindi available yung isa, we can still run it. You know?
And so parang private server siya nung mga
Yes.
Okay. So yung mga napapanood ko ng multiplayer online, parang hindi kasi parang mission 'di ba ang co-op nun, yung may
Hindi
scenario.
naman. Free free play siya.
Okay.
So, pwedeng maglagay tayo ng mod na may cure. Tapos we can work sa trying to get a cure.
All right.
Pwede, yung nag-raid ng bases, nagbe-build ng ganyan. It's very flexible.
Hihirapan ako. Yung features nun, pwede mo bang bawasan or talagang para siyang The Sims eh. Pero for survival na damn, tumawid lang ako sa bintana na bubog na ako, ganun.
Medyo punishing siya.
Yun.
Punishing siya.
Okay. I thought sabi ko may
Panoorin
difficulty
mo
ba
yung,
tong...
nakakatawa yung mga YouTube, pinapanood ko sa YouTube yung 30 days of extreme winter. Like, shit, paano survive?
Sure.
Gusto ko si Amphibian ba yun? Nakakatawa siya ambiguous amphibian. Maganda siya zomboid. Ganang zomboid runs niya.
Right.
Meron siya yung isa from Zero to Hero, which is all negative trait run.
Yun din eh. Yung mga ambiguous amphibian.
Yeah. So, like, I like this streamer. Sobrang funny siya meron pa siya yung mga para siyang nagsusoliloquy kasi mag-isa siya so para siyang may mga existence monologuing siya.
Right.
yung Zero to Hero yung magandang run niya. Kasi talagang from a trash character medyo na-attach siya. Meron ring isa na gumawa rin siya ng cure. Hindi siya iba pa. Parang siya. Ganun. Yung may isang highly positive na Zomboid. As in, Humanities.
Parang nakita ko yun.
Humanities. Which is kind of like Zomboid pero 3D at mataas ang niya.
This is new?
Review.
Early access?
Early access siya. Kung makita nyo Lev and Phil, medyo okay naman.
Ano name?
Humanities.
Sa Steam?
Mostly positive. It looks interesting. Parang Project Zomboid, may flexibility. But hindi as intense expensive as Zomboid na kahit yung mood mo. Pero
Oh, ayos
ano,
naman.
maganda ang reviews. Oo. At hindi naman
Ano,
mahal.
para siyang Project Zomboy.
I
Multiplayer
can
din
work
siya.
with less intense.
Multiplayer mga pa siya.
Oh,
Oh,
nakita
yeah,
ko
yeah.
nga.
Multiplayer siya.
Oh, early access pa lang. Let's see. Kung,
Oo. Sinave ko sa wishlist ko. I mean, I haven't bought it, but my brother said i-save namin sa wishlist.
Got it.
Tumitin na. Pero Zomboid itself with mods is pretty solid experience.
Hindi ko pa na-try with
Okay.
mods yung regular Zomboid lang.
Ang may mga recommended yung Brita's Weapon Pack, more
Ano yun?
organized yung mga mods ng Zomboid.
Okay.
Ang ginagamit ko, saan ba yun? Workshop.
Yeah, you know me as a gun guy. Is it does it revolve around it? Kasi yung
Yes. Madaming
pag-try
ganun.
ko sa Zomboid, all melee eh. Well, at least that's how you start, I guess.
Hindi, recommended naman ang melee. Pero meron yung... Saan ba yun? Subscribe. Brita's Weapon Pack. Better Sorting, Gunfighter Mod. Brita's Armor Pack. Tingnan mo sa most subscribe. Andun yung mga... Ilang basehan ko.
Ito nagsistream ng Humanities.
GG.
Sige, GG.
GG,
Tulog na ako, guys.
GG boys.
GG.
Sige.
Okay, sir.